but jiu-jitsu is a weird place, and especially like people just like to use their their black belts to get them like to get people to really like think they're really cool. And this happens a lot with like grooming. Even like something I've been seeing a lot on Reddit is stories of people like younger females getting kind of groomed by their instructors, which is super messed up. And but that's not the only issue. Like there's a lot of issues just in general, like instructors trying to make it out like they're some like sage of life. They're so smart. They're like a black belt in life, giving all this life advice, and you got to respect them for everything they do. And they're great, but like you just teach jiu-jitsu, bro. Like calm down. But it becomes dangerous when it is like grooming and stuff like that. And I've also heard stories of like black belts like sleeping with students' wives and stuff like that and whatever, but these people, and not all of them, but some of them, they like drink the Kool-Aid where they think that like, yeah, my instructor is amazing. Yeah, your wife. Yeah, go sleep with him. Yeah, no problem. Like, not happening.
No.
Come on, man.
That's a cult, bro. Isn't that like one of the trademarks of most cults, that the guy in charge gets to like sleep with people's wives?
Yeah.
That's about as culty as it gets. Yeah, I think way too many black belts take themselves too seriously. Like, man, like, I don't know, people at my gym, if they do, I'm like, hey, listen, I'm just a guy who's really good at rolling around the floor with other guys. Like, that's all I have here. I'm just better at rolling around on the floor. Like, I can't imagine having people come into your gym who are like engineers or like, oh, God forbid, someone who like actually teaches at a college and being like, no, you have to call me professor. I'm so smart and intelligent. It's like, man, you know how to roll around with other sweaty dudes. Like, let's take this down a notch. Let's have some fun,
Yeah, well, often people cite jiu-jitsu as like a great equalizer. So like, it doesn't matter what profession you are, we're all equal on the mat. So if it's like a doctor or if it's like it's a student or like a criminal or something like that, we're all just grapplers. But then it changes when it's the instructor. Then the instructor's like, oh my God, it's an instructor, black belt.
I don't care what my students do for a living, but if we're going to pretend we're all equals on the mat, like that's got to extend to everyone, like whatever belt you are. Like you could be, the worst job in the world or the best job in the world. We're all people doing the same hobby when we're there. We're equal or we're not. You get to pick at your gym. Like, are some people better than others? That's not a gym I'd want to be at personally, but it can't be both.
That's my favorite part about jiu-jitsu is that everybody's equal. I'm on the scale of dirtbag to, professional. I was a tattoo artist, so I'm on the lower end of the dirtbag scale, and I get to roll doctors, and we're all equal, and lawyers and all sorts of professionals. We're all equal on the mat. So that's what I love about it.
Yeah, that's why I always say, like, don't put anyone on the pedestal. Like, it doesn't matter who it is. If it's like, even like, if it's a cool profession, if it's like the president or like the prime minister or whoever it is, like, they're just people. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? And same with competitors. Like, so many people put these people on pedestals. They just can't believe, like, they're like godly to them. They're just, this person's just good at jiu-jitsu. Like, calm down. I see it all the time. Or like, a lot of what's it called, like logical fallacies. So sometimes when people argue with me on online, which some people love to do, like especially when they're lower belts, but I get that can be a logical fallacy too, is like saying that. But they cite what's it called, like they appeal to authority. They're like, oh, this person said this person said that. Give me your argument for why you disagree with me. Don't just say like, because for example, someone said and again, I'm not complaining about negative comments, just give an example. But like today I woke up to a comment, someone, because I wrote, okay, it was a rear naked choke that I showed, and I was off to the side a little bit with my elbow. And then they're like, oh, Matt Serra disagrees. You have to have it in the middle. Well, it's like, okay, Matt Serra disagrees. Like, what's your argument here? Right. And because I'm telling them, like, no, it's actually a little better to have not a little better. It's better to have your elbow a little off to the side, because actually if the people should test this out, they'll see if you wrap it up completely in the middle, a lot of your pressure is going to go to like the hard part of the neck. But if you move your elbow a little off to the side, then the pressure is going to go completely in line with the neck. And that's exactly what Danaher shows and other guys, when you start bringing the elbow back. And then what that does is it brings the forearm more in line with the neck and compresses it more, because just having it right in the middle and squeezing, it just puts your bicep and forearm together into their neck. But it's actually a pretty weak movement compared to dropping the elbow back, which forces the forearm way more into the neck.